Silksong isn't that far from releasing. Truth be told, there are a lot of rumors saying that it might be coming out this summer. So while our wait is coming to an end, perhaps some of you want to get warmed up or renew knowledge in Metroidvanias. For this reason, I collected the best of the best that I could find, excluding those that already found huge attention and known community fanbase. Without walking around everywhere, let's start. The first one we got is Laika. It's about Coyote Mother who is led by revenge. The world is set in exciting post-apocalyptic western world. Regarding gameplay, the main game changer is that you are riding a bike when you explore world, which makes overall tempo a bit quicker and very dynamic. That allows to make cool trick shots and combos on arenas with all the gadgets you later get, and stunts you are able to perform. Like, it's super nice feeling when you don't need to stop while exploring all the corners of the world, but instead to bounce off a wall and make a backflip. A solid indie game that deserves own fanbase. HAAK doesn't tell you much at the start, except that you are a wanderer and need to explore the big forgotten cyber city in attempts to find own brother. We don't get much info on who exactly are we playing as, how the city fallen apart, or any of the specialties of it that might be dangerous. This turns out as a beautiful mystery which unfolds as you progress in the game, and may I say that it's really catching, the feeling of discovering secrets and learning the city that has been abandoned without much info at the start. Also, you unlock a ton of abilities which allow you to bypass new ways, further studying even more of the stories hidden in this world. TEVI might look like another Japanese gacha printed game, but it's not. Inside hides a beautiful Metroidvania world with a lot of mechanics that can help you to progress, nice characters with own relatable stories to tell, and intriguing action-driven combat with flexible combos of few weapons. And some bosses here might give you a really nice challenge, even comparable to Radiance. Lost Ruins has a lot more canonical fantasy world with old castles, traditional monsters like skeletons and slimes, and another interesting fighting system, which reminds me of Dead Cells. Some of these weapons are really powerful, but that's of course not all. There is also interesting side story to uncover, and maybe you like the art style here better, and that's it. Fountain started like a completely different game, but now I can say that this is one of the most successful combinations of Souls-like and Metroidvanias, after Hollow Knight. There is also an interesting mystical world with few dark secrets and unforgiving battle system, following all the best from Dark Souls series. The game developer made a lot of videos about developing it on YouTube, so maybe some of you know this game from there, but I still think it is worth to include it here. Kingdom Shell is another atmospheric world of a deserted kingdom. Earlier it was protected by a magic shell, but it didn't endure the last attack. As a result, huge part of the kingdom became devastated and only a few members survived. Now you, as one of the last guards, must restore peace by exploring new looks of once familiar places, finding other useful citizens and fighting all kinds of nightmarish creatures. The UI looks oddly similar to our loved Hollow Knight, which makes you feel comfortable in the game very fast. In GRIME, you play as a creature with a literal black hole as its head. The main character is able to consume any remains of his enemies and that way strengthening his vessel. By doing so, you unlock a ton of new abilities and weapons, which can be mastered and comboed within situations that game throws you. The world here is set in like sci-fi's fantasy style, which opens the way to the very diverse flora that you might face on your journey. It's organic and metal at the same time, which allows creatures to be a real living weapon. Huge amount of secrets and challenges to take on. Gunbrella puts you into an old-styled metropolis full of wooden authentic buildings. There is a mystery and some cultists around, and you are the one who to put an end to this, with the help of your trusty Gunbrella. Later you may also modify your weapon to turn it for example into a shotgun, or improve the defense, or even stick a rocket launcher inside to help you fight with all kinds of diabolical threats including ghouls, gangsters, or sometimes even cops. Beautiful pixel art is the catchy thing that gets immersion on the completely new level. Awaken Astral Blade is one before last one. A beautiful main character which looks kinda like to be from Nier, but in kinda indie tones. There is a lot of high-tech inventions and stuff here, but plot isn't the best thing here. The main reason I added here is because the fighting looks amazing. There are a lot of weapons, remarkable designs of bosses and a lot of space for mastering your skills. Sometimes you might even get overwhelmed by special effects, but to keep an eye on your character and don't get lost might be a real challenge. And for the last one we have Blue Fire. Unlike any other game in this video, this one is set in 3-dimensional space, which opens a lot of new opportunities for developers to hide secrets and for players to feel new experiences. Sometimes parkour or fights or exploration might be completely different, but still this is a Metroidvania game, so if you manage to hold yourself together, this can really be interesting project to try out. And the graphics kinda give old school vibes, in a good side, so if that interested you, maybe you should go and try it out. As well as any other game in this video, I think it turned out to be really fun to make. I hope some of you found these games intriguing, as I tried not to include the most famous followers of HAAK. So, thanks for the watching. If you liked it, feel free to put a like, subscribe or leave a comment. I answer on all of them. And let Silksong be released later this year. See you next time around, gamers. Peace out.